is our project this evening, and this is a hexagonal box. This one's using Boho Indigo and the Boho Indigo stamp set and Night of Navy, and we're going to be doing a version in Cherry Cobbler. So this is now 7 3/4 by 11, and we're going to get the score tool out. So we'll start on the long side, and the scoring for that is every 1 3/4. So we'll start 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, 7, 8 3/4, and then 10 1/2. That's it, Liz. If I make the mistakes live on camera, then you know exactly what to check for. We're not, nobody's perfect, are they? So that's the thrill of live streaming, isn't it? You can't refilm it, you can't hide behind the camera, you've got to do it again. And then on the short side, 1 3/4 on both sides. Now that's looking better. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so it's 7 3/4, not 7. And there we go. So I'm going to fold and burnish all these score lines, and then we're going to put our DSP on. There is literally only one small piece of cutting, and there's a bit more scoring to do, because we need to get some triangular score lines in to help those hexagon ends bend in. So as you can see, each of the little bits folds in via a triangle. So now we've got those burnished and can see those lines better, I'm going to use the edge of my bone folder, and I'm going to use my scoring tool again. Now you can do this in one of two ways. You could do this on the scoring tool itself, and you could find the middle of each, which for 1 3/4 will be, is it 7/8? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 7/8. So you can either line it up on your grid paper and give it a quick notch at every 7/8, which is what I'm going to do on this one. Or you can take it onto your score board and do it every 7/8 there. And yes, I am counting along 7, because that's sometimes the easiest way. And seeing as I don't trust my measurements sometimes. And then we'll do the same on the other side as well. So every 7/8. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there we go. So now, I don't know how well you'll see this under the light, some tiny notches, but I've made a little notch halfway point of every square there. And all I'm going to do now is from the corners of the squares that are at the side of these rectangles, so on these corners here, I'm just going to score a line to that notch to create a triangle within each of those squares, like so. And you don't want to score them too hard that you potentially crack the card, but you don't want to score them too lightly either, as when you pull the box together you do want it to give way on those lines and give you that nice closure. So as getting those triangles, and then you do the same on the opposite side. Again, corners of the squares down to the notch. this will give it that easy closure without you having to bend and manipulate and fight with it. And I find the bone folder, which I know it ain't a conventional ruler, but it works for me. A steel rule would be a good one as well. Got a good old metal ruler. So there we go. We've got the triangles now on both sides. I like to just go around them and give them a bit of a bend, just to give them that extra. Once you come to bringing your box together, they already know which way they're meant to go. You don't have to burnish them or anything, just give them a quick press. As you can see, I'm literally just finding the line and giving it a press, like so. And then same on this side. Along these lines, get those triangles. Like so. And there you'll see the box is now starting to want to go into shape. So I'm just going to flatten it for a moment. We're going to stick our DSP on. So you need 6 pieces. And these 6 pieces are 1.5 by 4 inches. And they're from the 'Tis the Season. So I've got some more of the paper next to me. So it's a lovely stack. So this is a 48 sheet stack of 6x6, and it has got cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, shaded spruce, and then whisper white in it, and you get all these different patterns in it. I absolutely love it, and I've got some great ideas to do with this. I only received mine, I think it was last week. Hi, evening Alison, thanks for joining us. And as you can see, it's gorgeous paper. So I've gone with this candy cane one. And I'm literally just going to pop each of those in these rectangles. So I'm going to use my Tombow this evening. I like to have that bit of wiggle room when I'm doing a box of this nature. You could use seal, as it's paper that's going to card. I'll pop these on in each of those, and I've left a bit of a border around each one. On the boho one, I didn't leave as much of a border, and I'm not sure I liked it. I like a little bit more of a defined border on the edges. So I've got 4 of you out there. Please say hi if you're there. Don't be scared. Liz and Alison won't bite. There we go. Get that nice and straight. Something about Tombow that as soon as you go on camera, it doesn't want to come out of its tube. I am loving that paper against the really regal cherry colour. I think this would look lovely in any sort of dark Christmassy colour, so dark green maybe, or you can do a navy one, maybe with some gold like I did on the boho indigo one. Shaded spruce, that would look lovely as a Christmas one. So pop these on. dark already outside. Where did our summer go? It's a good thing I purchased one of these lights, otherwise you won't be able to see a thing right now. As my my craft room is really dark. There we are. So one more thing before we bring the box together. I'm using an old retired hole punch from Stampin' Up, but you could use any hole punch of any kind. Some people use crocodiles, or some people just actually literally use the hole punch that you can just get from any stationery store. And all we're going to do is where the triangle comes together, I'm just going to slot the hole punch in so that I get a hole just a little bit in from the tip of the triangle. Enough so that when we put the ribbon through, we're not going to rip straight through the hole and straight out of the triangle. And we just want to do that in all the inner triangles, not these outer parts here, just the main inner triangles. And then just move our way along. Like so. And then same on the opposite side. And last one, like so. So we've got all our holes there as well. And then the only piece that you need to snip ever so slightly, and this is just so you get a nice fit, is mitre this end tab ever so slightly, like so. Didn't do that one quite well, did I? Did I get there? There we go. So this is going to be our adhesive tab, and it'll bring the box together, and then we'll bring the ends in on each side. So I'm going to use my Seal Plus for the actual bringing together of the box, just because it's a nice strong sturdy glue, and you want it all the way down that adhesive strip that we've just mitered. And then bring the box together like so. And then I just reinforce that seam just because we've been manipulating it. There we go. And then all we want to do is where they bend, because we've now put a little tab behind it, we just want to reinforce that bend and make sure it'll still go where we want it to. So I'm just going to burnish mine, just because that one's a little bit thick because of the additional layer of card, and you want to do the same on the opposite side. Just give it another fold where that adhesive seal has gone. Those candy canes look like scissors. Oh yeah, if you put them that way. No, I can see that. So yeah, if you held them that way, they look like your scissors open. Ooh, good spot. Right, so each of these, where the straight line is, you want to push them in like so, and just give them a friendly fold in like so, right to the bottom. Make sure they've got a good bend on them. And then when you bring them together, they'll be like that. And that is how the box will come together. So we'll get our ribbon in a moment. I'm just going to do the other side in the same way. And bring that right to the bottom, like so. And there we go, and then that one will come in as well, like so. So then if we bring both ends in, we've got the basis of our box there. So I'll just grab my ribbon. So this ribbon, well, it's not ribbon as such, it's gold cord. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's like, it's a gold cord, and it came in the Wonder of the Season combo pack, and it comes with a 1-inch shaded spruce reel as well. I'm just going to take that end piece off. There, and then we find our seam, which I always lose the seam. Right, so the seam's there. So we want one of these two panels here to be the front, so I'm going to go in from here. So in one, out the next. Easier said than done, isn't it? In one, out the next. All the way around. And then that'll eventually lead to back out the front, where you can tie this end up like so. And then bring that back a bit. There we go. So if we pull them in, we pull that ribbon together, it'll secure them up like so. And then I'm just going to knock those off so that we can put a nice little bow in it. So there's one. And then I like to leave my tails long on this. It just, I don't know, it seems a bit nicer. Not that long, but longish. So that's one. And then we just do the same on the other bit. Try to match up where your in and outs were, so they were that these two need to be the ones where we come in and then back out. So in. Now, what could you put in here? You could fit all sorts in here. I think I showed a ribbon reel earlier, fits in sideways, look. This is not something you'd package in one, but they're that big I can fit my Coke can in. That I've got just at the side. What else have we got? I bet you could fit plenty of Tombow. It even rattles around inside, they're that big. So it's a decent size, can fill it with lots of goodies. Because I've decorated this one Christmas, you could pop this on table if you're having Christmas lunch. If we get Christmas with our families this year, given the current scenario, fingers crossed, you could, as long as there's nobody from my workplace on here, which I don't think there is, I will probably repurpose these when I've built them to go on my team's tables at work. So give each of my team members a little thank you gift at Christmas, which I do every year. So this will probably be this year's box that I give them. So same as now as the other side. Bring that together and then just tighten it up. Not too tight that you rip your holes, but enough so that that end stays closed nicely with no gapes between the triangles. And there we go. We've got the basis of the box there. So we're going to decorate it, and I've got my matching cherry cobbler. But this time, instead of using Boho Indigo, I'm using Banner Year. And I'm going to go for this sentiment here, which is Christmas Wishes. And I think it fits in the same rectangle that I used on my original. If we line that up. Yes, we're on to a winner. So using my grid paper, I'm going to line this up so that I can get it straight on my block, and then line up the rectangle too, and then we'll pop this in the cherry cobbler. In fact, I'm going to bring that down here so I don't put my head in the camera. You'll all be glad to know I don't have lockdown roots anymore. So you'd see a lovely head of hair anyway. So there we go. That's ready to go on. And then how I did this on here was I put my shape first and then I put the leaves behind it because I trimmed some of the stems. So I'll pop that one there so you can see what I mean. So I've got a large flower and a smaller flower that's a medium flower from the Boho Indigo pop outs, and I've got 2 leaves, and all I'm going to do is literally sit these on here and just line them all up to how I think I want them to look, and then we'll pop a bit of glue on the back. I'm going to put some Seal Plus on just because it's handy in front of me, and technically it is card onto card. So if we do that one like that, and then I want one going the other way and popping out up here like that. So I'm just going to put a bit more glue on the back so that they stick when we put it onto the box. Oh, and not stick to me. So if we pop that, I want to go with there, get it straight. There we go. And then all I did with these is I popped them in my hand, and I got my score tool and I just went down the middle, and it gives it a bit of a bend, and then we'll pop them on there. Same with this one, down the middle, bit of a bend, and I'll get some glue dots for those. And my turkey pick tool, which is here. So if I pop each of those on there, I'm going to go with this big one first, she says. Pop that one off to the side a little, and then just give it a bit more of that volume back, and then we'll go with this one as well, but I still want my sentiment to be able to be seen, she says as she covers it up. There we go. So there we are. We've got 2 differing, one different seasons. So this one's Christmas. This one, thank you, different colours, and it just shows how you can use something that's not Christmas, i.e. gold flowers and green leaves, and bring it together onto a Christmas design. So I will, maybe not the flowers, but I will be using something similar for my Christmas gifts for my team. I'll have to tell you what I put inside them, because at the moment I don't have an idea. I'll have to have a look around. Which colour do you prefer? Night of Navy with the Boho Indigo, or the Cherry Cobbler with the 'Tis the Season paper? I think I'm leaning ever so slightly towards Cherry Cobbler, and that's just because I love Cherry Cobbler anyway. I love cord like this, so I just might have to get myself some more. But yes, that's it for this evening. Next week, what am I doing next week? Oh, I'm bringing you a project with the Speciality Brightly Gleaming paper. So that's the returning paper from last year that has lovely foiled patterns on it, and you don't have to do very much with it to get an amazing project for Christmas out of it. So I'm going to do one of those for you. Oh, it looks like blue's winning actually. I look like I'm outnumbered. Definitely outnumbered. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this evening, and I'll see you all again next Friday at the same time, 7:30, right here on my Facebook page. But my blog will be going back to normal as of next week, so there'll be videos out on Monday, my live on the Friday, and then a random card make every Wednesday as well. So please head on over and take a look. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday. Thanks for joining. Bye.